Superman and the Authority, issue 3. Grant Morrison in travel form and McKellian.
So this starts with the Enchantress stuff where she's basically trapped in her own mind, and they brought June Moon basically to the fortress, and she realizes that not everything was a dream, and then it cuts back, and this is where the travel form and art comes in, where we see the fight that, you know, basically Enchantress was at war with herself, and Superman, being Superman, talks her down and is like, no, well, like, we need you, and you can't destroy aspects of yourself because they're still yourself. You just have to contain them. And so basically the evil part of her, Dizanamor, which is the big head creature from last time, it wants to spread his version of evil, which would be, you know, the very concept of good will be obliterated. So Superman kind of, and I like this aspect. So again, Morrison does a lot of get Superman as a character, because this feels like how Superman would have tricked Mr. Mxyzptlk in this, is that he basically tells him that if you eliminate good and you feel accomplished, isn't that a sense of good in and of itself? To where then Dizamor is like, well, I don't like that, and that weakens his grip on that aspect of Enchantress, and it allows her to finally break free. So they bring her back to the fortress, and they're sitting around the table, the round table from Arthurian legend, and Enchantress basically transforms from June Moon into Enchantress, and come to find out that they're gonna get one more person, and it's Leah. Where's the name? It's Light Ray or Leah. What's her name? Because the name I want to bring up just because it rang a bell. Leah Nelson. I was like, I know that name, but I don't know where I know that name from. So you keep reading, and you get some evil-looking satellite up in space with a talking brain in what looks like a version of Ultra Humanite. It's got a bunch of brains in jars floating around. It's very Brainiac-esque in that way. And they talk about a Grundy form, and you're like, okay, well, that's at least interesting. That pays off later. But you have the Authority going to get Leah Nelson, who you come to find out is Morrison repurposing the Flash from the Tangent Earth, which I think is Earth 9. So her, you know, that version of the Flash is very light-based, and that here, though, she's the first girl born on Mars. You get a flashback of her birth, where the mom and dad both admit that they cheated on each other. But the mom this isn't the dad's child. And he says that, you know, I had an affair with something else, which leads to whatever, you know, created Leah. And that she is supposed to be like this light, this positive force in the universe. And it cuts to her being depressed, sitting in the dark, where, this creature in the dark is preying on her. And come to find out that this creature in the dark holds up a black diamond and then abducts her, taking the light. So Apollo and Midnighter both call in that, they have a problem. Her bodyguard, who she called Mac, looks like they have the Indigo Lantern symbol on him, which I'm not sure if that's what it is. But takes down, it's this big, Amazonian looking, almost OMAC mix with a purple mohawk. And tries to fight Apollo. Cuts to Dubai where these robots are attacking from that satellite. Come to find out it's the Ultra Humanite who wants Superman's brain to put, or he wants to remove Superman's brain, put him, because, even at Superman's powering level, which I don't think anybody else realizes, that's still the perfect body for him. So Ultra Humanite attacks in the form of a Grundy, where and ends up getting the jump on Superman and takes him away, where the book ends. He's taking him into the bottled city of Kandor through technological means. There was one thing I wanted to point out that right before we get to Leah Nelson and the Flash and all that, where Manchester Black, of course, is just being his miserable self and talking about how Superman. How can we be the ultimate authority if you're not going to let us kill anybody? And Superman kind of pushes back and is like, well, this is not why. You don't have to kill people. And Manchester Black starts saying, here we go back to the Silver Age, blah, blah, blah. Kids today, too irresponsible. Someone has to make old values. And Superman goes, no, that's not it. In fact, people, kids like my son are far more responsible and serious about social issues than we ever were. In that I'm telling you to use your powers in conjunction with your imagination to avoid casualties. Basically, just be careful, be responsible. I know you're capable of it. Opponents can't learn lessons when they're dead, which again is a perfect kind of where this older Superman is, who does want to change things and not keep doing the same over and over, which again hints at what had happened. And this just feels like a leftover for 5G that I don't know where it fits. I know Philip Kennedy Johnson's going to introduce Superman and the Authority in action soon. I don't know how this fits in. I know Superman references his son taking over for him, and I know that in Future State we read the John as Superman stuff. Well, at least I did. Read the John as Superman stuff, trying to live up to his dad's name. And, his dad being on Warworld in Future State, I don't know how this all fits in. So it's super weird. But, it's Morrison doing Morrison things with the whole aspect of yourself and getting really, not meta, but applying like social psychology onto superhero stuff to really make it pop. But again, ultimately, I don't know where this stands and what's the ultimate point of the book, outside of Morrison just wanting to tell a fun story about a haggard Superman trying to adjust to kind of modern times. And so in that, it's fine. The Janet art really is a welcome re-edition after not having it in the last issue, really. Like, I think it was only in like 1 or 2 pages. But yeah, this is a weird book, and I know people are real high on it, and there's stuff to like about it, but it's just a little bit too Morrison-y for me at the end of the day. I mean, I'm going to finish it. There's 1 issue left.
It's funny just hearing parts of it, because I'm not like paying full attention. Is that some of it's just like, it's like, Enchantress, what?
Enchantress brings up her time with Suicide Squad and how she can be a team player, just not in that way. She wants to want to be a part of the team, and she wants to be a part of this team because Superman's doing something new. Thought that was interesting. So again, Morrison doing Morrison things with the superheroes and turning that on its head. But like the stuff with Ultra Humanite in the Tangent Flash, who's now Light Ray, which is a New Gods concept. I don't know. There's a Morrison DC universe I'm like very curious about reading. Like I just don't know how this all fits in with that. This almost feels like what he was doing in Green Lantern, where he's doing his own version of things, and I'm glad that he can do that. I just don't know the overall purpose. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10.
It's funny, you said Enchantress talking about not being able to work together with Suicide Squad, and my instinct is to crack a joke about how, well, yeah, the editing makes it really hard to tell if she's standing near them or not, so